What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard Insta of the Seas. I'm Sky,
And I'm Gav.
and we are cousins. Today we have with us Melissa. She's actually my lovely wife. Hey, Mel, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Looking just dandy. Uh, you are. So we actually went on a cruise about a month ago now. We went on the Allure of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas. So Gav and I are gonna talk to Melissa today about that, see what she liked, what she didn't like, and kind of go day by day. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
That's great. Awesome. So we'll just kind of dive right into it, Mel. You want to tell us a little bit about why you booked this cruise, kind of what the backstory is, who you went with. Um,
Yeah, so we went on the Allure of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. It just got there a few months ago, I believe, which has been the first Oasis class ship to cruise out of Galveston since they finished their new terminal. And so we kind of it was kind of a last minute cruise because we went for our 5-year anniversary, and so it was just a quick little getaway trip for us. And it was close to where we live, so we didn't have to fly to get on the cruise. So that kind of the location was a big factor in why we chose to go on the Allure.
yeah, what did you think of the new terminal? I thought it was really sweet.
Oh, I thought it was really good. It was it wasn't similar vibe to their new terminal that they completed in Miami, which I guess is a few years old now, but just very modern, very updated compared to the old terminal they had out of Galveston. If you had been to that one before, which felt like an old warehouse, it's like vastly different. Um, and it's like a way better experience as a cruiser to board. So I liked it a lot.
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that last one wasn't that great, so I'm glad they made an improvement on it.
No, no, it
Yeah.
was well, it wasn't bad. It was just pretty kind of ghetto.
Sure.
Good way to put it.
So you said it was kind of to celebrate your 5-year anniversary. Did you guys just drive down?
Yes, so we just drove down.
Very good.
It was nice too because yeah, great parking. There's a parking lot right across from the port that's like $50 cheaper.
Oh, that's awesome. And then what did you guys first do when you got on the ship?
That's always like the biggest decision of the cruise. I feel like it's like
What
you're
do we
so
do?
excited to get on. There's so much to do. What do you do first? We always try to avoid the buffet when we get on first because I feel like that's where everyone wants to go is the buffet. And so we know it will be like crazy busy and people bring their luggage on board too with them. And so everyone has their luggage in the windjammer or something. And so it's just packed. We went to the Solarium. Is it Solarium Bistro,
Yeah,
Sky?
yeah,
Solarium Bistro, which is on the front of the ship, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's on the front of the ship. It's by the like solarium, which is the adults only pool part of the boat. But it is open for everyone to eat at. Like kids can eat there too as well. But it was very like quiet and there was no lines. It didn't feel crowded. So we hopped on and grabbed some food because it was lunchtime. That was the first thing.
You want to tell everyone about our stateroom? What room we got for this cruise? And did you like it? Pros, cons of it?
Yeah, so we were on deck number 7 for this cruise, and we no, I yeah, we were in an interior stateroom this time, and it was just directly across the balcony rooms. so that was nice. But it was good. Like they're the same size as the balcony rooms. They just don't have a balcony. Instead, on the wall they have just a big mirror to kind of, I think, make the space feel a little bigger than it is. But we've done an interior before and have had no issues, and we really don't mind it.
Tell us about your itinerary. So, kind of, yeah, how was it all set up?
Yeah, so this itinerary, they went to the farthest port first, which was Roatan, Honduras. So we got on a Sunday. Monday was a sea day. Tuesday was a sea day. Wednesday was Roatan, Honduras. Thursday we went to Costa Maya, Mexico. And then Friday we went to Cozumel, Mexico, and then had a sea day on Saturday. So it was just a bunch of like sea days, then a bunch of port days, which was, I don't think I've had that set up before. Usually I've had a mix of like sea days and port days, so it was a little different than I was used to, but it actually turned out to be great, and we were able to get off at every port and do a few things, and we did, since this was like a kids free cruise, we did a lot of relaxing, that's for sure. They have the Mamma Mia play is on the Allure right now, which is the Broadway play. So I'm
Just
trying
wonderful.
to remember what day we saw that. What?
It was just wonderful. I don't remember what day either.
2
I don't
hours and
remember
30
what
minutes.
day. It's a long play though, so you definitely have to make sure you like carve out some time to do it. But I don't think it was too late at night either. It was at a good time, I think, in the evening or something.
Yeah.
But that was really good play. They have phenomenal actors and actresses that do it, and it's like the full production. So that was incredible. We had seen that before, but it kind of felt like we were watching it again since it had been a while since we've been on that ship. But it was really good, and we also saw an ice skating show,
Awesome.
which was called Ice Games. And it's like a Monopoly style ice show where they kind of roll these big dice and they move around the board to different places around the ships, and then kind of do costumes and dances to like that theme, like the casino or the boardwalk or different things like that. And that's a really fun show. I think that's one of the better ice shows that I have seen. So that was a really good one. And then there was also, of course, the Aqua Show, which was fantastic. I can't remember. Do you remember what it's called, Sky?
We didn't have a reservation. So the big thing right now is Royal Caribbean like pushes you to get these reservations beforehand, or like when you're first on board, or within like, I think ours popped up like a week before we sailed, and we were able to get some reservations. But we accidentally got 2 reservations in one night, for one for like the Aqua Show and one
Yeah.
for, I think, Mamma Mia at the same night or something like that. And it wasn't going to
Mhm.
work out. So we just went standby. And I think everyone who went standby was able to eventually get in. But for the Aqua Show, it was slammed. It was the fullest I've ever seen an Aqua Theater. And so we just
Wow.
went up on like the rock climbing wall, because the rock climbing walls, they overlook the Aqua Theater. So we was rock climbing and we were watching the Aqua Show. No, I'm just kidding. We were just like at the base of the rock climbing wall and
Yes,
watching it.
okay.
And actually there was quite a few people up there doing that, and it worked out. So I feel like people always have a concern about shows being sold out. And I think that concern should not be a concern, because you'll get to see your shows even if you have to stand in a standby line. Like, it should not be a point of stress. But I thought it was really good. I don't remember the name of the Aqua Theater show.
No,
But
I don't
it did well.
remember it,
Yeah.
but it had like a good storyline.
What about do they have a wave rider on there as well?
Oh yeah, they have a flow rider. They actually have
flow
two
rider.
flow riders on there. Compared to some of their newer ones, they just have one. But we did not do the flow rider this time.
Here's how the
I've
flow
never
rider
done
works
it
though.
before.
It's like you have to start on your stomach, then do your knees. And then if you can like stand up for, I can't remember, it's like what, 15 seconds on your own while you're standing, then they'll give you a
Wow.
bracelet and you can do the standing flow rider the rest of the trip. But if you don't, then you can't do it. Like you got to be able to like do it in order to do it.
Consistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good to know.
Yeah, but a lot of people try it. It's fun to watch people
Yeah.
do it. People more braver than me.
But tell me your thoughts about mini golf. You always don't want to do mini golf, but when you get up there and you're on the green, you just feel something that just flows through your veins, right?
I know. Mini golf's like bowling. It's one of those activities that never sound fun, that no one's really good at, but that's always available to do. So you do it anyway because it's there. So we did
It's
mini golf and it
And
turned out fine.
exactly. Yeah, it's fun.
And it always turns out to be like, okay, yeah, like mini golf's fun or bowling's fun, you know. You're not like super good at it, but you enjoy it. Mini golf was good. It was pretty simple. It wasn't as like themed as like, for example, the Wonder of the Seas was really cool because it had a lot of vibrant colors, and I think it had blue putting grass instead of green. So it made it cooler, but it was still good, and it was still fun to be on the top deck and have the breeze and the ocean. And
So yeah, what about the food? Do you guys do any specialty dining?
yeah, we did one specialty dining. It was Giovanni's Table, which that is the Italian restaurant that is on the ship.
Is it good?
And that was so good. So good. I love Italian food, but this was just like a whole nother level. It was incredible. Like I
It
was
was
thinking about it the other
good.
day. I was like,
I,
ugh.
I was certain that they were gonna have to come behind me and pick up my chair and roll me out of there. I ate so much food
We ate so much food.
that I wanted to vomit it all up.
Gross.
But it was delicious food. I just ate a lot. It was really good. Recommend. And we got like a incredible deal on it. So like National Pizza Day, I guess is a thing. And Royal Caribbean sent me an email. Well, but they probably sent a lot of people an email. It wasn't just me, but they sent people an
You're
email
not.
and said, "Here, you can come to our Italian place for $15." And so I was like, "Sweet." So we booked it for $15, and normally it's what, like $40, I think. So it
Yeah, we
was
gotta get going
it
on it.
was a good
It's a
deal, and
great deal.
Totally
it was
worth
Yeah.
worth
it.
it.
Totally worth it.
I'd say 5 stars on that one. Would you say 5 stars? No.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was so good, but we were so full because you want to like try everything, and I mean we for sure got our money's worth, but since you're paying for it, you want to make sure you get a good
Oh yeah,
full meal.
Sure.
yeah. How about
Yeah.
the MDR, as I call it,
And
the uh,
the
the main dining room?
it was so good. It was good that they had a new like menu refresh this time, so that was fun. They kind of themed their nights a little bit. There was still a variety of food, though, I felt like. But it was fantastic. I guess I'm not a big food critic. What?
Well, that's okay. It's
Yeah,
nice.
keep going.
Okay. Okay. I'm not a big food critic, but and so I thought all the food was fabulous. Some of our table mates were critiques on certain things, but I don't know, it was great. We sat at a table with it was a table of eight because I feel if you're in a smaller group, Royal Caribbean will put you with other people because they have a lot of bigger tables in their dining room. So
Were there any desserts that stood out that you guys remember? Or
there was
entrees
this
that you
one,
If what's yours? I know mine. You say yours. You say
yeah,
yours
the
first.
the cookie. Is that what
Oh,
you're gonna talk
yeah.
about?
Man,
the cookie.
you want to describe it or you want me to describe it?
Well, I'll tell them what it is, and you can describe what it tastes like in your mouth.
Okay, I'll do that. That's good.
Okay. Well, because on the menu it's just like, oh, chocolate chip cookie, and it's like, oh, a warm chocolate chip cookie.
With ice cream, though. I said with ice cream.
It said with ice cream, and you're picturing a chocolate chip cookie, but it was in this circle dish. I don't know what the fancy culinary name of it is, but it kind of like a tzatziki a little bit. But anyway, it was soft and warm and gooey. Oh, it was so good.
I mean, I've heard of like crumble cookies, which is overrated, overpriced cookies, but they're still pretty good.
Mhm.
I've heard of Subway cookies, which is pretty good. They've got
Donald's cookies.
Mrs. Fields. Who's that?
With McDonald's.
Oh, McDonald's. They have some McCafe cookies that are pretty good. But this cookie was just phenomenal as you dipped into it with your spoon. So I mean, imagine as you're eating a cookie with your spoon and some ice cream, and it just goes into your mouth, and it just really tickles the taste buds. It like melts you, flavorful. It's really good. So that was my favorite dessert. There was honestly a lot of great desserts. They have these new vegan desserts, which I'm not a vegan. I apologize if that offends you, but they were pretty good too. It's like a giant granola bar, and it was flavorful, not too hard on the teeth. I recommend trying all the desserts if you can.
I'm gonna get every single one of them every night.
I mean, that's what I did. Um,
Sounds delicious.
yeah, yeah, it was great.
Royal offer where you can get ice cream for breakfast if you really wanted to. Is that an option?
Mm.
So there's like the ice cream machine, right? And this is one of the changes. I feel like they used to have the ice cream machine open all the time. It was like self-serve.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I know Carnival does that or did do that last Carnival cruise I went on. And I think every Royal cruise that we've been on now together, they've had a crew member there that would have to serve you the ice cream, and it wasn't open.
Interesting.
It was open from like what 10 a.m. to like 6 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah,
You can still get unlimited, but I mean
no, I think
you can't make it like 6 feet tall, you know. Really, so they got rid of the cruise planner, which is something that they didn't get rid of it, but there's the paper one that they used to like leave on your pillow every night.
Oh yeah.
They no longer do that unless you request. You have to use the app. So anyone who's fixing to go on a cruise soon and hasn't been, I recommend downloading the app, getting familiar with the app because it really is nice to be able to, I mean, just look at your phone and you can like kind of swipe right or left and be like, okay, I want to add that to my calendar and just pull it up whenever. So I think the app, I mean, it's definitely got a long ways to go, but it's also starting to get useful. So anyway,
Oh yeah.
sorry, Gab, we can go back.
See huge. Oh no, you're good. I was just gonna also say about the app. Like we just put our passport information in, and bam, it took a picture in like less than a second. All the information in there.
Yeah,
So they're nifty. They're getting good at it. So
yeah. And they just barely got rid of charging for a messaging. So if you have app, you have the app, your wife has an app, your kids, your grandparents have the app, you can message and talk to each other through the app,
oh cool.
which is nice. And they used to charge like $1.99 a day for that, but it's free now. So that's pretty cool because I mean, unless you're paying for the Wi-Fi package, then there's no real cell service at sea. So that's nice and it's complimentary now.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. Did you guys do any other dining that was complimentary that you can remember? I know we talked about a little bit before, but
yeah, no, we did um Johnny Rockets for breakfast. That's complimentary. I think people don't know that since you have to pay for their lunch and dinner for like their burgers and shakes and stuff, but their
no.
breakfast you can get for free, which is nice. That was fun. That was the first time we've tried that. We've been wanting to do that for a while. Oh, sorry. Drop, drop, drop my camera. But for that, there's like super limited seating in Johnny Rockets, and so you have to get there, I would say 8 or a little before if you don't want a long wait, because they just mostly have a few booths inside and then just whatever seating you see outside. So there's not a lot of space for that. It was good though. They just had like, I had an egg BLT, a BLT with an egg. So it was like
That's good.
It was called the belt.
The belt, yeah. BELT.
This joint on the back near the aft of the ship that has on other ships that have been amplified or newer ships, it's called El Loco Fresh. So it's like a Mexican little grab and go place. Allure of the Seas hasn't been amplified. However, they have this what was it called? The Wipeout Cafe, right?
Wipeout Cafe, yeah.
That's featuring El Loco Fresh. So it's basically has the majority of El Loco Fresh food, just not called El Loco Fresh, or not really themed El Loco Fresh. I did notice they were missing like some burritos, some pre-made quesadillas, but it was pretty good. There was always a long line for that, but we did
it was
that.
nice to get like some nachos or some other food, because it used to be just like hot dogs, burgers, fries. So it was nice to have like a different variety of food, grab and go food throughout the day.
And then another one that I really like is the Boardwalk Dog House right next to the carousel on deck number 8, I think, or no,
6.
not 8, deck 6. It's called the Boardwalk Dog House, and they got some nice big franks, and you can kind of choose whatever one you want, and it's just really good. It's perfect for like a 2 o'clock snack. Like the second that your stomach has a little bit of space, it's like, oh yeah, I need one of these hot dogs, and it's a really good hot dog.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, that one.
I don't.
Go ahead, again.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'll let you know if they're better than the Dodger dog.
Yeah, you do that.
But go
And,
ahead. Sorry,
and
cut you
then
off.
I was gonna say there's a place called Park Cafe on deck 8 in Central Park. Normally, so it's got like a little salad bar, which is appealing because, I mean, sometimes you feel like you need a salad on a cruise. Um, but that also has something called the Royal Canuckuluk or something like that, and it's basically like a roast beef sandwich. On other cruises, it had been the best roast beef sandwich I've ever had, but on this one, I mean, the piece of bread was like as big as my hand, and the piece of meat wasn't, and the piece of bread was rock solid. So it wasn't as good as the ones I've had before, but typically, I mean, if you could get that real good, then that's nice. Of course, there's the pizza place. Mel?
Oh yeah, of course, Sorrentos. It's almost 24/7. I think there's a few hours in like the night that it's not open, but always when you feel like you have a little bit of space, like Sky said, then you go get some pizza. It's good. I really like it. I think it's good pizza.
I think it's great. And honestly, so there's this place called Creamery on Ninth that has great ranch. Uh, However, the ranch at the Sorrentos, right after, so there's like you line up, you get your piece of pizza, and there's like a bottle of ranch right there. I had never tried it until like the last day. I squirted a bunch of ranch on my pizza, and might be the best ranch I've ever had. It was to die for. Better than the ranch in the buffet. There's like, yeah, it was really good.
I will definitely try that then.
Yeah, squirt that ranch, man.
Did you guys do any drink packages or anything?
For
Not,
us, not this cruise. This is actually the first cruise that we've been on where Sky's the one who gets the drink package. I don't, because I don't drink that much soda or What
Oh, maybe we should
suckers?
clarify.
Okay.
I get
We don't-
the Royal Refreshment package,
Okay.
which is the non-alcoholic because I am a non-alcoholic. I don't ever really taste any wine, or anything like that. Yeah, so I don't drink alcohol, neither does Melissa. And so we historically have gotten the refreshment package, which means you can get like your smoothies, your virgin pina coladas, your mango tango, strawberry daiquiris, your Miami Vice, anything you want really that doesn't have alcohol. You can also get Giant Rocket shakes that are included, freshly squeezed orange juice. So you got one of the workers up there squeezing the oranges and putting you some,
Ooh.
and it's this can they have a machine for that, but it's it's really good. This time I wanted to not get it because I feel like a lot of times I'll get it and I'll get like 6 pina coladas that first day, and then I'll just like get less and less. And I found that I need to drink about 5-ish, depending on if I can get the package on a great deal. I'll drink about 5 drinks a day, or I need to break even. And it's really easy, like the first couple of days of the cruise to hit that. But like the later days when your stomach's kind of feeling it and your lips are like, man, I've had a lot of sugary drinks. Anyway, so we tried it without it and it worked out, I think now.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if you got, did you even get one at all? Did we even pay for one? I don't think we did. I don't think you drank any virgin pina coladas, which that's a big
So that's a
deal.
first.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
normally
it's a
I'm drinking
big
like
deal.
20. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we survived and I was fine. And there was plenty of water stations, plenty of uh water, lemonades, lemonade.
Orange juice, they offer that.
They have orange juice. It's not freshly squeezed. You got to pay for that stuff. If people like their coffee, I mean, I think the majority of that's included. Tea. I love hot chocolate. I had my hot chocolate once, maybe. Um, but yeah, it was good.
Hot
Oh
chocolate in the
yeah.
Caribbean sounds delicious.
90 degrees outside. Let's warm up some Nestle hot cocoa, extra
Awesome.
mallows.
So, given that this was kind of your 5-year anniversary, no kids, right? Uh, did you guys reenact Titanic with Jack and and
Oh,
Rose?
oh
Go
my
to the front
God.
of the ship.
We tried to.
Quick. So Roatan was our third day. It was our first port that we stopped at. That was fun to go somewhere different. We got off and we had already pre-booked a ziplining tour through the cruise line. And so they leave the tickets in your room. It tells you where to meet and what time to meet. So we just met at the station. They got us on the bus, took us to the ziplining, and then they just get all your gear set up, gave us a quick little tutorial, and then we just went for it. We did 11 zip lines like back and forth through they call it the jungle. And that was really fun. I really liked that one a lot. I'd definitely do it again. So that was way fun. We were back by what time were we back? Like noon?
Pretty early. Yeah, it took
Yeah, it
a
didn't
couple
take it
hours.
wasn't an all day event. So that was nice. Like just go in the morning when it wasn't too hot, the weather was nice, and then have the rest of the day. We walked around towards the end, and people are trying to sell you on seeing what was it, the sloths? That's the big thing in Roatan. Yes, there's these sloths that you can take pictures with. So but yeah, that was what we did there. And then Costa Maya, we didn't have anything planned because we had been at this port before, and last time we went there was like no one, and there's a pool in the port that you can swim in. And so we're like, oh, we'll just swim and hang and it will be no big deal. Well, we get off the boat and there's like 4 other cruise ships parked too. And were like, whoa, whoa. So many people there. It was like you were like person to person walking through the shops and so Sky flew his drone. We found a spot for him to fly his drone real quick. And that was cool. He got some really cool footage. And we walked around the shops, got some suckered into buying some sheets.
I thought you were gonna say we got some nuts, because we did get some nuts too.
We did. We bought some peanuts. Cozumel, we had pre-booked to stay at a not s- to stay at a resort for a few hours during the day. This wasn't through the cruise line. So we got off and they have a bunch of taxis that are in the like kind of in the port area, and you just tell them where you need to go, and we told them and they knew exactly where it was, and you pay a flat fee. Took us to, we went to Playa Uvas is what it is called, and it was nice. Cozumel's hard because there's not a lot of sandy beaches, or you have to travel far to find some sandy beaches. So when you get off, there's not any that are really in walking distance. So it was still kind of rocky though, and we just relaxed and swam in the water and cooled off, and they had some kayaks we could use and some snorkeling gear, which was fun because we actually saw some fish. There were some cool fish there actually. I feel like in the past we've snorkeled at different places and haven't seen much, so it was good snorkeling.
Any sharks?
Oh no, I'd freak out. Sky saw.
Sure. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that you thought you saw a jellyfish though.
I was swimming next to Mr. Jelly himself.
I liked it there. So yeah.
That's good.
Well, that was Cozumel.
Couple last random questions. First one, if you could cruise one ship the rest of your life, what ship would it be?
Well, I don't know. Probably the Wonder because it's the newest one, but I'd choose the Icon, even though I haven't been on it. But it looks cool.
Okay.
Now, you guys are notorious to doing this. Every time you go on a cruise, you come home and you have a new one booked. Where you guys go? Where you going next?
Yeah, we're going in November. We're going on the Harmony of the Seas out of Galveston with the fam. We're bringing our kids and the grandparents with us, and then we'll get to go on the Icon next year in February, I believe.
We're gonna try to join you. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you should. Please
Yeah.
come. That'd be so fun.
Well, Mel, it's been a good time. Appreciate you hopping on, taking some time out of your day to tell us a little bit about your recent sailing on the Allure of the Seas. Hope to have you back on soon.